can we expect from Devin, you know, going up at 147? There's a lot of needle, I guess, between the pair of you. I guess from what you've seen in camp.
Hey, listen, an exciting Devin Haney. No, let's sit it right there. I just told you is that if you don't want to fight, then you don't want to fight. There's no clauses, there's no catches, there's no nothing.
Yeah. He just capping for like social media. Like he not gonna be like realistic about the situation.
Bill Haney has sent a firm warning to Shakur Stevenson after reports emerged that a fight between Devin Haney and Shakur has been agreed upon.
Shakur Stevenson.
I told y'all Dev will beat the shit out of Shakur Stevenson.
Yes, but did you talk to Turkey out of sheet?
He gonna beat Rockstar Shakur?
Beat the shit out of Shakur.
Rockstar, he gonna beat the shit out of Rockstar Shakur Stevenson. Beat the shit.
Shakur is no different than everybody else. They're all really good. Devin is special. He has the style, he has the confidence, he has the ability to navigate his own career in a way that he's able to fight all of them, and he fares a great chance against all of them. That's something that's special. That's something that's rare.
Haney spoke with confidence, making it clear that Shakur would be up against top-level speed, strong defense, and proven championship experience, with no easy path and a demanding challenge that would reveal any flaws under global spotlight on fight night.
What's your thoughts on Shakur saying he not fighting Dev unless he got a rehydration clause?
Shakur, man, honestly, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I can pop it on channels and like that and do that, you know what I mean? And we can have fun with it. But, you know, over here on the Boxing Voice, right, I want to ask, in or around the division, every bad motherfucker around Devin has gotten an offer to fight, or they've been in the ring, or, I mean, who else has that happened with? All the fights that the people want to see Devin fight, the person that got either a contract or Devin that got in the ring with him. Can we say that about anybody?
The much-discussed matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney has grown into one of the sport's most anticipated possible megafights, with its background and talks unfolding over several years.
Was that ever something that you wanted to consider though? Like, also, because I think people say this narrative was like, yo, if you know you could beat him, just fight him.
Yeah, but why would I fight this nigga for the least money that I could get when it's like, okay, cool, let's go through the WBC, because that's what I did that they're trying to ignore. Right. They're going to ignore that whole part. I said, WBC, y'all do y'all job, enforce the fight, and we're going to do it that way. They gave him the deadline to figure out was he going to fight me or fight Regis. That man decided to move up. Yeah. But I really made the WBC do their job. That's what it really came down to. And whatever is that they was going to offer, that's what it was going to be at the end of the day.
So if they would have came back and said 75-25, would you
I would have had no choice. I just try to go around the bullshit that was presented, because that's bullshit. Like, I'm a 2-division world champ. I unified at 130 in one of the biggest fights at 130 pounds. Like, if we're going to be...
Stevenson has made it clear that if the fight takes place at 147 pounds, there would be firm restrictions in place regarding weight after the official weigh-in.
Want me to come to 147, I'm coming in with rehydration clause. I don't even do that. But why am I going up to these guys' weight classes if I'm not planning on going there? So any of y'all want to fight me at 147?
Yeah, rehydration.
10 pounds.
10-pound rehydration, like the IBF rule, basically.
You got to understand, that means on fight night, when we get in the ring, they're going to be 157, maybe 158.
Max.
No bigger than 160 that night.
Right.
I'm cool with that.
So if we could get it like, all right, like the IBF rule, 10-pound rehydration.
Yes, but think about it. If there's no rehydration clause, these guys going to give it up to 170 pounds.
Yeah, 175.
I'm in the 140s on fight night.
Yeah.
So if I'm 140, they 170. Bro, I'm not. What am I in here wrestling around with these?
Right.
Bill Haney has remained consistent on the issue of rehydration rules, stating clearly that he refuses to agree to any post-weigh-in weight restrictions for Devin Haney. That stance could become a major obstacle in talks if Shakur Stevenson insists on including such a clause in potential negotiations.
Is that a fight you guys are seeking, or are you leaving it alone since he's saying that it would require Devin to get a rehydration clause? Is that something you're willing to get on the phone and discuss how many pounds exactly?
Well, when you're speaking about Debo, you might hear a whole lot of that's inconsistent with things that you say about normal fighters. When you talk about a generational talent like Dev, you would expect those that are elite to look to have, to be on a level playing field. What you weigh is what you weigh, and how you get down the next day is, it's what it's all about, and that's what that.
Bill Haney has clearly stated that he has no intention of discussing catchweight conditions for a possible bout featuring his son Devin Haney. His position aligns with his ongoing rejection of rehydration clauses or any weight-related restrictions that would reduce Devin's natural size edge.
Do a catchweight, which is what he wants to put on. Not a catchweight, but a rehydration, which is what he said it would require in order for him to fight Devin.
No, what he said was that he doesn't do any negotiation. He has a management team that does it. And let's just stay and keep it right there. Everything that he's saying, he's not going to 100% stand on it, because he says he doesn't negotiate against himself and refers back to his team. So I can't take any of that serious. Especially, like I said, given an opportunity that you understand that he says that based on Conor Ben doing something that he felt might be unfair and putting it on Chris Eubank is what he's saying that he might.
Bruce Crinkton explained that he expects Shakur Stevenson to win a points-based fight against Devin Haney by dictating range, rhythm, and positioning. He said Shakur's movement, defensive awareness, and ring intelligence would take away Haney's jab, reduce prolonged exchanges, and shift the matchup into a controlled, tactical battle.
Who would you favor at 147 between him and Devin? Shakur?
That's a tough fight. I like both of those styles together, but I do think that Shakur is just more defensively aware, sound and aware. It's possible that Shakur may win that fight. I feel like he's a problem for a lot of guys because of his style. But Devin and both of those styles together, that's a great matchup. And I don't know. That's actually a really good fight. I genuinely don't know.
A number of experts argue that Shakur Stevenson has every attribute needed to rise as boxing's next leading figure, highlighting his polished technique, strong defensive skills, and advanced ring intelligence as factors that could help push the sport forward as fans place more importance on elite skill rather than raw punching power.
Haney, Conor Ben, there's a lot of fights that Shakur can be involved in and beat all these dudes, man. Beat all of them. Has a chance of beating all of them, right? And solidifying, his mark in the sport, being, the great of his generation. When Crawford left, I told y'all that, Shakur was the next guy on the throne. And I truly wholeheartedly still believe that. I know there's guys that has worked with Shakur in the past that swear up and down. Oh, I even forgot Murataya. Murataya's there too. Guys like Andy Cruz. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that people respect that Shakur has the ability to freaking...
Stevenson's methodical style and sharp in-ring awareness distinguish him, positioning him as a potential key figure in boxing's next era, especially as he keeps adding major wins while preserving his unbeaten streak.
Him fighting all those guys and putting that on his resume, man. We talking about legendary status. We talking about Mount Rushmore type of stuff, because all these guys are the elite guys of this generation and people respect them. And if Shakur was to beat them, he's going to definitely make his mark heavy in the sport and become extremely popular, even more popular than what Terrence Crawford is right now, and I feel like Shakur can be that face of American boxing that, we've always had. We have Floyd Mayweather. I think he can be as popular as Floyd Mayweather, if not more popular than Floyd Mayweather, so I don't know, man. Guys, tell me what you think. Am I tripping? But there's a lot of potential matchup for Shakur that can really grow his star. Man.
Possible showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is shaping up as a blockbuster for boxing, bringing together two of the game's most talented, unbeaten fighters. Both are technically advanced, fiercely driven, and eager to solidify their legacies, making this fight a showcase of elite skill, tactical mastery, and high-stakes action that would capture global attention and mark a defining moment in the sport.
Confirms what I've been saying. 3-division world champion, former undisputed lightweight, former WBC junior welterweight, and reigning WBO welterweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer once he retires, superstar boxer, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, Devin the Dream Haney, 33 wins, no loss and no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He calls out another first ballot Hall of Famer of his era. Ironically enough, Devin Haney is 27, and the person he calls out is 28 years old, who's another first ballot Hall of Famer, Olympic silver medalist, 4-division world champion, former unified super featherweight, who simultaneously up until yesterday held the WBC 135-pound title and the WBO 140-pound junior welterweight title. At the same time, superstar boxer, 4-division champion, who will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, Shakur Stevenson, who is 25 wins, no losses, no draw, 11 wins by way of knockout. So Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, as I said, and Devin Haney confirmed it as you see there, this is the next super fight in the sport of boxing.
At the same time, Devin Haney has proven himself as one of boxing's most technically precise fighters, known for his lightning-quick reflexes, accurate punching, and calculated ring strategy. Experts often highlight his ability to control the pace, adjust to opponents, and stay composed under pressure, traits that make him a serious threat to any challenger. Analysts like Bernie point out that Haney's mix of speed, tactical intelligence, and discipline ensures he tests even the most accomplished champions. When matched against Shakur Stevenson, the stakes rise even higher. Both bring top-tier skills, sharp fight IQ, and a drive to cement their legacies. Turning the bout into more than just a fight, it becomes a defining career moment. Bernie notes that such a clash would highlight strategy, adaptability, and technical mastery, making it a must-watch event for fans around the globe.
Because now, Shakur is a 4-weight world champion. Devin is a 3-weight world champion. Devin was undisputed, but now Shakur is a 2-time lineal champion. So he's a 2-time Ring Magazine winner. 2-time unified champion. If you want to add the ring, as far as with the WBO, he was unified at 130. So he's a 2-time unified champion, 2-time lineal champion. Beat a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who rises to the occasion. Had a close fight with George Kambosos. You can make a claim that he was fighting out of frustration or out of emotion, and that was it. He was in his prime too, Josh Taylor seemed to be drained at 140, not taken away from Devin, but he was already moving up to 47, they were saying. Lomachenko was a little older and smaller. So, they about even.
Greg Hackett suggests that Shakur Stevenson may be hesitating to take the fight because he recognizes that Devin Haney brings an equally elite skill set. Hackett points out that Haney's speed, defensive ability, discipline, and ring IQ closely match Stevenson's own strengths, removing the typical stylistic edge Shakur usually exploits. He explained that Shakur often benefits from facing opponents who are slower or more reckless, giving him control over distance and pace, whereas Haney would turn the matchup into a high-level chess game with no simple openings. Hackett emphasized that the risk versus reward scenario doesn't favor Stevenson, especially against a fighter capable of matching him technically and mentally over 12 rounds. making the bout far more challenging than many fans might expect.
He knows Dev has something for him, but he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know he could possibly lose to Dev. There's things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating. You know what I mean? They're working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them is bullshit information, and it's showing in the fights. But who am I?
Armsy, think of the 5-piece. Why everybody want to see Shakur and Devin when Keshan called him out?
All of those is great fights.
Many analysts maintain that Shakur Stevenson isn't avoiding Devin Haney out of fear, but is instead aiming for more career-defining challenges that could boost his legacy. Sources indicate Stevenson has looked into a potential bout with Conor Benn, highlighting his focus on high-profile fights rather than simply taking the next available opponent. This strategy appears deliberate. Stevenson seems to be prioritizing long-term impact over immediate matchups, carefully choosing opponents who can test his abilities at the highest level and enhance his reputation. By seeking marquee names and high-stakes contests, he shows a readiness to take on fights that could shape his career rather than chasing easy victories. This approach has stirred discussion within the boxing world, with some praising his ambition and long-term vision, while others question whether delaying certain matchups could create avoidable gaps in his fight schedule.
This Shakur and the Conor Benn thing. Shakur's been getting a lot of flack because fans feel like that Shakur is ducking Devin Haney. How do I feel about Shakur ducking Devin Haney? I don't think it's true. I don't think it's a thing. Shakur said he's going to go up, put a rehydration clause on the man to fight him. Is Devin Haney going to take a rehydration clause to fight? If not, I don't think so. So why are we even having the debate about him fighting Devin? It's not like he's fighting a champion to get a random accolade like a belt or something, you know? So it's really irrelevant to even bring up why Shakur is not fighting Devin. He's fighting Conor Benn because he feels like he needs to fight Conor Benn because he disrespected him or whatever the case may be. It's really nothing to it. Fans are trying to put Devin and Shakur against each other. I would love to see the fight, but it's whatever.
Shakur Stevenson has openly stated that he's aiming for major accomplishments in boxing and isn't daunted by elite-level challenges, addressing critics who question his size and suggest he might struggle at 147 pounds against fighters like Devin Haney or Conor Benn. Stevenson responded with poise and conviction. He stressed that physical dimensions alone won't determine his success, pointing to his skill set, speed, defensive prowess, and high boxing IQ as the tools that let him compete at the top level regardless of stature. His mindset underscores a commitment to strategy, preparation, and adaptability, signaling a readiness to take on premier opponents to cement his legacy. By confronting doubters directly and expressing a desire for high-profile, career-defining bouts, Stevenson reveals both confidence and a clear plan for his career, showing that he intends to silence skeptics and leave a lasting mark on the sport.
To big fights. I like big fights. I like big money fights. I like proving that I'm the best, and I like doing things that people say I can't do. There's a lot of people that will say that I'm too little for Conor Benn, and I can't do it. So it makes for a tremendous fight. It's gonna be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it. And it's a tremendous fight.
Just wanted to follow up on the Conor Benn conversation. I saw him after the fight, and I just asked him, I said, hey, would you agree to that rehydration clause? And he said, F no. So my question for you is, how does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see. But I'm a businessman at the end of the day. And like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half. Why can't he do the same?
Keshan Davis has openly challenged Devin Haney after his recent dominant performance. Stepping confidently into the spotlight, Davis made it clear he's ready to face one of boxing's elite fighters. Known for his fast combinations, relentless pressure, and sharp speed, Davis views himself as a legitimate threat capable of testing Haney at the top level, WY issuing this public challenge. Davis positions himself as a fearless contender willing to pursue high-profile fights that could shape his career. Analysts have highlighted that his skill set, aggression paired with precision, makes him a dangerous matchup for any champion, including Haney. The call-out has energized fans, who are eager to see how Davis's attacking style would fare against Haney's technical mastery. If this fight comes together, it would represent a high-stakes showdown with potential title consequences and major career implications for both fighters.
A bright enough star that he'd be willing to take, because, you know, as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight?
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, he's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion, because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to the champion with the table, you can't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know me. People know me. I can go to the UK and sell. Like, I can go anywhere and sell. My first main event, I sold 10,000 tickets. I sell, period. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's entertaining me, because I am a star. But when I come with that world title, whether I beat Dalton Smith or I go move up a weight and beat Lewis Crocker, once I come with them world titles, it's just a different story.
Devin Haney has openly stated he's ready to face Keshan Davis without any special conditions, showing a direct and no-nonsense approach to competition. His father and trainer, Bill Haney, reinforced this stance, highlighting that Devin prefers fighting at his natural weight rather than dealing with restrictive rehydration rules or catch-weight agreements. This contrasts with reports that Shakur Stevenson favors strict weight management in his bouts. Meanwhile, Davis has acknowledged some lingering frustration toward Haney, recalling earlier encounters when he felt underestimated as a younger fighter. Despite that history, both athletes are now focused on bigger goals: career progression, opportunities, and legacy. Their dynamic underscores that boxing isn't only about raw talent. It also involves strategy, past experiences, and calculated decisions. As these elements continue to influence negotiations and fan interest, excitement builds for a potential clash that could have major implications for both fighters' careers and reputations in the sport.
Businessman Davis, as I said yesterday, he fights and beats Keshan, then guess what? It makes the fight with Shakur and Devin that much bigger, right? Because it's a redemption, it's a storyline, so on and so forth. Devin has history, sparring session. We know the history, right? So Devin Haney wants that fight, as we know. This is not a surprise. This is what Devin Haney does. No stipulations. As father, trainer, and manager Bill Haney stated yesterday on the Boxing Voice, he stated, why we have to have stipulations, roadblocks? We ain't trying to do that. Devin moved up so he don't have to drain himself. Why would he have to drain himself, right? Nonetheless, Shakur wants a 10-pound rehydration course. Keshan, the businessman Davis, as you're going to see right here, he explains why he don't like Devin Haney. Because, and people are asking me and sending me, this is an old clip that Keshan did with Wallow and Gilly. And people are asking me my thoughts is resurfaced because obviously the Devin Haney, Keshan Davis, a saga has started.
And Shakur Stevenson finally get the better of Devin Haney in the ring? Or will Haney's technical skill and game plan come out on top? Share your predictions in the comments below.